Hey, what is up guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today guys I've got another deck profile for you. And as always guys, the list will be down in the description below so you guys can go check out the list and you don't have to sit there and listen to me babble on all the time. But originally I wanted to show you an Yveltal Garbodor deck that I built, but I figured I could just show you a list that's a lot better. And this is going to be the, I think, Orlando Regionals winning deck. Don't quote me on that, by the way. I might be wrong. But still, basically every single Yveltal Garbodor deck is going to look very similar. You know, the Pokemon lines are going to be the same. The trainers might be switched up a little bit number-wise, but still overall you're pretty much going to have the same cards in there and very similar numbers. But starting it off, we're going to have the main attacker of the deck, of course, Yveltal EX. Has Evil Ball, 20 plus 20 more for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. White Cyclone, move and energy attached to Yveltal to one of your bench Pokemon. Basically, ever since Yveltal has come out, it's just kind of been a contender. It's just kind of been there. One of those cards. It's really good. It doesn't take a lot of setup to do a lot of damage. And with Manectric cycling out and just... Yveltal is just kind of that deck that's there, basically. And it's still a very strong deck. And I think, you know, with cards having to have like 3 to 4 energy now to even do anything, that just makes the Yveltal good because 2 energy does a lot of damage. You know, you can sit there and hit for 120, and you got cards like Fighting Fury Belt to make it a big, bulky 200 HP Pokemon. It's just, Yveltal's just good. You know, also can conserve energy with White Cyclone. And, you know, you pair it up with Garbodor, heavy damage, shutting off abilities. Just, it's all around just a good deck. So, 3 of those in there. That is going to be your main attacker. Next up, of course, we have the Fright Knight Yveltal. There's 2 of them, and 1 Oblivion Wing. We're going to talk about the Fright Knight one first. Fright Knight, the ability basically just shuts off all the tools, and they don't have any, you know, effects at all. So you're going to be stopping Spirit Links, you're going to be stopping Float Stones, you're going to be stopping Fighting Fury Belts, whatever other tools might come up into the game. I don't really think there's any other ones besides that. Might be wrong though. That's pretty much the general tool that you see is a Spirit Link, a Fighting Fury Belt, or a Float Stone. Could be missing something blatantly obvious. But anyway, just kind of shuts off those effects. You know, if you bring up, you know, Fright Knight Yveltal and, you know, they have like a Pokemon heavily damaged with Fighting Fury Belt, you can potentially pull off a knockout. It's one of my favorite, you know, moves of all time, like one of them. I have to rank that probably with the top 5. Just playing a switch or playing an escape rope or just retreating and bringing up a Pokemon, and just because it's active, something gets knocked out. It's because it's just really funny. But it also has Pitch Black Spear. What this does is 60. And then if your opponent has an EX on the bench, you can do 60 to it, which is a very good card overall, and the art is pretty sick. So yeah, pretty good card there. Just honestly, a 1 prize attacker with 130 HP, pretty good. And just, you know, softening up EXs so that way Yveltal can come up and sweep and just kind of soften those up and do some damage and potentially take some knockouts. Because when you think about it, guys, you hit, you know, if this is on the field for 3 turns and you're hitting, you know, EXs 3 times, you can potentially knock something out. You never know. And this can 2-shot Shaymins. So it's just a very handy card. Very good since this came out. You can actually go back and watch one of my old videos where I was talking about this card. I said I don't think it'll be good. I was completely wrong. This is like one of the best cards, honestly, for just a dark deck in general. Yveltal with a Oblivion Wing, kind of the same thing like Pitch Black Spear, but it's a little different. It does soften up stuff, but not as much. But it does give you dark energy on your Pokemon, which is very good. Oblivion Wing's a very good attack. And then Darkness Blade, 100 damage, very solid there. Just all around a good card. This has kind of died off and became not as popular because of the other Yveltal, but still, gotta show a little love, put 1 in here. Next up, guys, we of course have the 2-2 Garbodor. This would not be Yveltal Garbodor without Garbodor. Ooh, excuse me. But Garbotoxin, basically, if there's a tool on Garbodor, all abilities go bye-bye, except for Garbotoxin. So this is going to be shutting down Hoopa, is going to be shutting down Shaymin, is going to be shutting down Giratina's ability for some other decks that really struggle with that. It's also going to be stopping Volcanion's ability, which is going to be huge in some matchups. It's shutting off Greninja. It's just doing basically a big fat middle finger to everything that does abilities. And right now, as I'm doing this video, right now, and Evolutions is the, I guess, newest set. There is nothing really consistent that can get rid of Garbodor besides Lysandre. So Garbodor is just very good, very strong. And so that's why it's just been really popular and popping up. You know, before there was like Tool Scrapper, there was Xerosic, there was Starling Megaphone, just a lot of different things. So, yeah. My Chihuahua is freaking out. You don't know who I'm talking to, do you? No, figured not. But anyway, 2/2 Garbodor, very good. I don't know why I'm making 2 different stacks for my Pokemon. There we go. And to round out the Pokemon, I did mention that Garbodor shuts this off, but still, this is too good not to put in here. 2 Shaymin. This is just very good for the setup ability, just gives it a little bit of consistency. And that'll do it for the Pokemon, guys. So we're going to be taking a look at the supporters next. With 4 Professor Sycamore, pretty standard, best draw supporter in the game. 3 in, behind Sycamore, best draw supporter in the game, and can cause a little disruption if you're just absolutely getting smacked around. You can end your opponent to 1 or 2 or 3, and they'll just kind of be in a tough spot if they draw complete crap. And also give you fresh hand of 6 early on in the game, which can be very good, very huge. If you have a total crap hand, or you have like a hand where you have a Sycamore, and it's just full of a bunch of goodies you don't want to get rid of, ends there to back you up. 2 Lysandre, Yveltal, loves Lysandre. Yveltal is like more friendly with Lysandre than Pyroar is. Just being able to Lysandre stuff up and just knock the crap out of them with Evil Ball is just so big, and it's just very good. And Olympia. Now, Olympia is actually a very interesting card. When I was actually looking over this list, I was trying to figure out why exactly Olympia was in here possibly over Pokemon Ranger. But then I started thinking of the uses. I started thinking about some of the things you could do with it. Of course, Volcanion, you know, they have that basic that does 20 and you attach 2, so that would get rid of that damage there. It provides you a switching card when, you know, if you're going up against Vileplume and you don't have your Garbodor out. Also, just getting rid of that 30 damage can really screw with some numbers for certain decks. And it can set up a Max Elixir turn. It can just do a lot of different things. So Olympia, it's very good in a lot of very weird situations, but still it's something always there, and it's just a switching card in general, which is very good. And so I'm still trying to wrap my head completely around it. Maybe I am missing something completely obvious, and if I am, I do apologize. But still, Olympia is a very good card. I've really seen it played more in Primal Groudon and expanded more than anything. But still, I think this is just, it's a good card. I did use it in my list before in my League Challenge today. So yeah, I do see some uses of it. I don't know exactly why he probably didn't put it over Pokemon Ranger. Maybe he didn't have to worry about the Vileplume block deck. And, you know, with the enhanced hammers and such in here, that was why. But still, Olympia, very interesting card. I had to look in, like, just a little more into that just to figure out, like, if maybe I'm missing something. But I'm just going to kind of tell you right there, like, just a switching card, getting something out of the active spot, messing with numbers, and just setting up a Max Elixir would probably be, like, my idea there. I might be missing something, though. I might be missing something huge there. If I am, I do apologize. But to, I guess, kind of finish the supporters for VS Seeker. So there's that. And we followed up with 4 Ultra Ball. Pretty simple here, just search out stuff and discard stuff you might not need anymore in the matchup. 3 Max Elixirs. When Dark Patch cycled out, everyone was sad, especially me because I loved Yveltal. Yveltal is still one of my favorite decks. I just love playing this deck. It's completely my style. Bunch of damage. Go in and just keep your balls up. Just make these risky plays and try to just screw over your opponent. But yeah, Max Elixir just kind of helps, like, you open up some plays. It can help you do a turn 1 Pitch Black Spear. It can help you do a turn 1 Y Cyclone. It can just help you set up a lot of different crazy plays. Max Elixir is abused in a lot of different other decks too. It's just all around a really good trainer. I really see Volcanion, Dark-Eyed Giratina abusing this card. I saw Water Toolbox abuse this card. A lot of different decks can really benefit from this card. And so, you know, this is one of them. This just opens up a lot of different plays, opens up a lot of different possibilities. So just a really good card there. For the tools, we're running 3 Fighting Fury Belt and 3 Floatstone. Of course, Floatstone, more or less, is going to be for your Garbodor or just an Yveltal in general. Also, if Garbodor's out, you can, you know, Floatstone your Pitch Black Spear one so it doesn't shut it off or anything like that. I kind of forgot about that today during a match for a second. I was like, oh yeah. But Fighting Fury Belt, I mentioned this before, I think. Yveltal, I might have. This is like my 5th recording, so I don't know what I've said at this point. But Fighting Fury Belt just makes Yveltal a 210 HP beat stick, pretty much. That just, you know, just does a lot of different damage, and that's pretty much why that's in there. 210 HP Pokemon that is hitting for just massive amounts of damage. It's got to be good, right? So, And also just adds 10 extra damage to it, and when you pair it up with Reverse Valley, if you have the two out at the same time, that's technically another energy when you think about it. And so, you know, that's really good. It can help you hit some weird numbers too. 2 Trainer's Mail, this can really help you fetch out some stuff in your deck you might need. You just kind of search out some stuff potentially. I love Trainer's Mail. 2 Enhanced Hammer, this is very good because you can discard double dragon energies off of Giratina. You can discard DCEs off of Jolteon. And just, really just discard stuff that you see as a threat. Some matchups this card will be a dead card, but for the most part, you'll get some benefits out of this one. Yes, it is kind of contradicting to discard energy when your Pokemon is pretty much based around, I hope you have a bunch of energy on your Pokemon so I can do damage. But there are some cases where the special energy going on to that Pokemon can cause some problems for you, so it's just good to have this card in there. Super Rod, this is really good. I like this just because it gives you like more options. Maybe your Pitch Black Spear Yveltal is just absolutely like the key card you need, or maybe you want to, you just want to keep using Garbodor and they knock it out, or you have like a Brutal Sycamore or something like that. Or if you have like a bunch of dark energy in the discard pile for some reason, maybe you got into an awkward situation where you had to discard your dark energies. Really, this can just put more stuff back into the deck. I actually had a situation at my League Challenge where I had to Sycamore away 3 dark energy, and then I just said screw it, and I shuffled them back in with Super Rod and didn't miss a Max Elixir that game. So really good there. Just gives you that option, gives you that kind of like most of the time whenever you Sycamore stuff, you're like, crap, that's gone. Super Rod kind of gives you that insurance, kind of gives you that relief that it's gone, but there's a card in my deck that'll help me get it back kind of feeling. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. 2 Reverse Valley, this is very good. Most of the time you're going to put this on the side where your dark Pokemon are going to be doing 10 extra damage. And as I mentioned before, this paired up with, where we at? Yeah, this paired up with Fighting Fury Belt technically would be another energy on Yveltal because 10, 10, 20, so that's one way to look at it. Pretty good card there. Really just some extra damage. Parallel City, this is really good. You can just kind of play it on your opponent, make their bench limited. This is very good actually against that Gardevoir deck, that Mega Gardevoir deck. Pair Garbodor up with it and Parallel City, then make their bench very limited to 3, and you have a Fighting Fury Belt on your Yveltal. You're in a pretty comfortable position, Just play that matchup smart, you'll be good. Also, this can benefit you too because once Garbodor comes out, your Shaymins are pretty much just sitting there. And if you just have some heavily damaged Yveltals, or you just have some heavily damaged Shaymins, or just whatever, you can just get rid of them with Parallel City. That's been one of the benefits and one of the reasons why I really like Parallel City, is because I try to think as many possibilities as I can with it, and I just don't like having Shaymin on my bench just sitting there because I'm like, well, you're free prizes. But Parallel City, very good card, different situations, really good. And also, you can use it against Volcanion to lower damage, too. That's one of the things I noticed. And to round up the deck, guys, we, of course, have 9 Darks, 5, and we have 4 DC. That'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, and there's going to be an end card popping up here in a minute to take you guys to my channel or some other videos if you want to go check those out. I really appreciate all the support. You guys have a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for the support. And thank you guys for 500 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome, and I cannot get over that. I'll probably be thanking you guys for the next 20 videos about that. I'm so stoked. But I love you guys. Take care, and I'm out.